All right, we are live.
Hello, welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 431. I'm Otto, and tonight I'm joined with Jared.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, Mr. Alex Bot 46 million, whatever.
I'm here.
Alex, what's up, bud?
Good to see you guys.
And the Get Off My Lawnist, that's his new party he started, James Babb.
Great to be with you.
And special guest all the way from wherever you are in Baltimore.
White Marsh.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to say that, but
That's all right.
But K-Wags is up in the
Hey, everybody.
house. What's up, man?
Been a while.
You're playing hockey every night, and then you're also like, yeah, I'm like also really sick and I'm bedridden, but I'm playing hockey tonight. I'm like,
I'm not. I wasn't bedridden. I just have a cold, so I've been playing through it, and I'm taking an antibiotic.
Fucking hockey player.
I hope you're like got some boosters or like are you like shedding spike proteins or like
I don't know. I tested negative for COVID. It's not COVID. It's just a normal cold. So what are you gonna do?
Hopefully not mask up and shut down all of the economy. So that would be great.
We already did that once.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't do any more of that.
We also learned nothing from that, and would totally do it again if something happened again.
Of course,
I'm sure.
they're waiting. People are waiting because Biden announced. You guys heard, right? COVID's over in May.
In May?
No, I haven't heard that.
oh yeah.
So my wife
Start planning your celebration now.
So my wife sent me an article, and she was like, "Oh my god, they're ending all the COVID restrictions or whatever, like the state of emergency in May. Biden just announced." And I said, no. I messaged her. I was like, see, that's propaganda right there. What they're not telling you, which you can clearly read in the article, is that that the state of emergency was supposed to end at the end of January, and they extended it to May. So it's total bullshit to start giving him credit. Like, oh my gosh, because like CDC guidelines right now pretty much incentivize you not to tell anyone you have COVID. Like if you get sick of COVID, they're like, just don't tell anybody. Just just go out. Just if you're sick, stay home, but just go out and have fun. That's kind of where they're at right now. Because if you do tell someone, this is the ridiculous part. After you test negative, you have a 10-day the 10-day window starting when you have to start masking. You have to mask for 10 days in quarantine for the time you have COVID until you test negative, and then you have to go. Once you're allowed to go back out in public, you have to wear a mask for 10 days.
Or what?
Nothing.
You're not virtuous.
Yeah, exactly. So these restrictions.
Okay, so these are guidelines. These are guidelines, not mandates.
Yes, exactly. But all schools and businesses are still going by CDC guidelines. So you'll still hear that. We're just following guidelines. That's all. But so they're telling you, okay, so if you get COVID now, it's like, I don't know, man. In May, in May, it'll all be over. But not right now. Not right now. If you got to mask it up, man. If you mask it up.
That's for now. Just until May. Just until May. And then we'll let you
know.
Know. We'll let you know then if it's going to go to December, right? But pretty sure you're going to have your Christmas this year.
That's what I told.
Maybe.
That's what I told my wife because she was pretty excited about it, but I was like, no. I was like, don't worry. Wait till some new variant comes, and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm just not ready yet. We're gonna do this until the fall. And we'll reevaluate.
But didn't Biden already tell us that the pandemic was over like last September?
I think he went off script there. I think
he just blurted that out because he knew there was no more emergency of any kind. But then he forgot that he wasn't supposed to say that. He's like, oh, that's right. The dementia kicked in again.
Oh, 100%. Because hospital, they're still getting the kickbacks, aren't they? Is that still the case?
It might be.
They informed the president. Over. Yeah, I'm sure they informed him if he went off script again, he'd get another beating. Right? Like that's really all they have to control him with these days.
Have we any good gaffes this week, or is the balloon kind of covered up any recent? Biden
so wait,
gaffes?
was there two balloons? I saw a news report saying there was another balloon spotted, but then that kind of went away. Are we just ignoring balloon 2, or is
No.
that just bullshit?
But
yeah,
the
Kyle
greatest
is the balloon expert. What is
Kyle,
guy
weigh
to
in.
defer.
I'm
What
not
are the
the balloon
status? Yeah,
expert.
as the status though, you're most qualified.
I heard there's another one in South America.
South America.
Really?
That's what
I did
read.
not hear that.
So
That's
did
what
China,
I heard that too. Yeah.
Did China ever cop to it?
Yeah, they said it was weather balloons. I thought.
Oh, they said it was. Yeah, well,
They said it was of Chinese origin, but was a civilian aircraft for research purposes, primarily weather. They did an early press release on that. Like, I mean, who are you going to believe, right? The deep state, right, or the Communist Party of China? Like, like,
how about those? Like, how about the people that saw it get shot down? Did they go and like salvage the remains? Like, what happened?
They said it was only in like 47 feet of water, so they're gonna try to dredge up something. You wonder what they're gonna show us.
No, they're gonna quickly give it a burial at sea to avoid any kind of protest.
No, they might find it. They might find a passport on it.
Right, a passport. You can believe we found. Right, still can't. Oh,
the balloon black box.
The balloon black box.
They
still haven't recovered.
They
still haven't recovered the black boxes on 9/11.
Oh, Kyle. But... Oh, yeah. Listen, yeah, Kyle, say it.
A Sidewinder missile. They shot it down with a missile.
Right.
No, I thought it was from an F-22.
Yeah. Well, that's what.
Could
yeah,
be.
we have a video here.
It's a new like $300 million weapon system.
So they allowed it to go. Apparently,
we should watch this video, but we need to play like the theme song to Top Gun as we did.
They let it go over all the nuclear sites first, and then they were like, all right, let's take it out.
And this was somewhere off the coast of South Carolina. So, yeah.
1 second. Make
and the fact that they capture, I don't know. This seems so sus.
Awesome.
This seems so sus.
Alex,
all right, here we go.
Stay off the red pills, man.
Here we go, baby. Get it!
Now, what altitude are we at there?
Freedom.
Yeah.
America.
We're in the freedom sphere.
God damn, I love America and hate them chinks.
Am I the only one that was rooting for the balloon in all of this?
I was kind of rooting for the balloon.
Everyone's like, shoot it down, shoot it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So they needed to
I'm
shoot it
just
with a missile?
So.
Yeah. Here we go,
Well,
baby.
Did you read
You
that
know
Forbes
that dude-
article? There's
you know
a
that
Forbes
dude
article.
That guy who's talking in this video, you know, he probably made a video about this afterwards in his truck with sunglasses on, saying, "Motherfucker, God damn, I love this
he's
country.
got a
It's
thin
made me
blue
proud
line
to be
sticker.
American, and I
Yeah,
hate them Chinamen."
Trump would have done it right away, not waited 4
Forbes did
days
an
till it
article.
flew over.
Yeah. Forbes did an article on how hard it is to shoot down a balloon. Like, for one thing, they said this thing is like so big it would fit a stadium. No, it's true.
What?
Because they've been trying to do this before, but this thing is humongous.
They expand.
Like a
It
stadium would fit in it. The air pressure difference between inside and outside is very small. So you can punch a hole in the side of it, but it's not like air is going to rush out. It's just going to slowly leak out. So you shoot it with bullets and it really doesn't do anything. And if you fire a missile through it, you got a big chance of the missile going all the way through and then detonating on the ground where all those yahoos were watching, you know? So, so that's probably why they waited until it was in one of the like disposable states, like South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but the greatest ounce of whataboutism happened today. They broke it live on CNN. I saw the article. I saw the headline. This is scary shit. They said reports are that it's confirmed that 3 Chinese spy balloons went over the United States when Donald Trump was president, and he didn't do anything.
Oh my god.
That was the headline.
Yeah, I heard that Marjorie Taylor Greene person is like investigating this. I guess her angle is like would be like somebody prevented him from doing it or something like
Insert Jewish laser beam joke.
Right.
Right. Well, first of all,
Yeah, why did we use the Jewish laser to shoot this thing down?
Right?
Yeah.
That would have been the smart move.
If you wanted to do some kind of surveillance on weapons on the other side of the world, are you just going to like send a balloon up and hope it floats over them? I mean, Really? Yeah. Is that what we're supposed to believe? That it's just going to end up over some sensitive target in what, North Dakota? Like, oh, we finally got a picture of North Dakota.
No, you're not going to say
they've got Google Earth. Okay, just go to Google Earth and you can see it.
Right.
Like China doesn't have like stealth drones that it can just send out that like.
You could just go to North Dakota with a camera and right, like you don't. You can
the funny thing is about this,
a DJI drone and just drive on a road trip around the country and take pictures of anything you want.
It goes over. They're like, oh my gosh, it's going over all over these nuclear sites, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why do we have? I think the better description of it is we have so many fucking nuclear sites that the balloon just happened wherever it went over one. That's the proper headline, man. This is the nuclear sponge we're talking about. That's the bullshit they're trying to feed you. It's the propaganda. You gotta always keep your eye out.
Well, I'm sure it's an excuse to sell hundreds of millions of dollars of weapon systems.
Of course, they're gonna sell new. Northrop Grumman's coming out with a new defense system for weather balloons.
How about like a giant pin? Could they do that?
Yeah.
And the balloon
it just like flies through the air and just.
Boop. They're gonna fly Kyle up in a jet just because they're like he's the expert. Like, we're gonna pop this motherfucker.
Yeah, like a big.
Now, does anybody know what altitude they blew that thing up at? Because my understanding was this thing was at like 80,000 feet. But that video we saw sure didn't look like a jet flying at 80,000 feet, though.
The jet looked like it was flying higher than the balloon.
But and they don't fly at 80,000 feet.
They seem to be all over the place with how high that thing was flying the entire time. Let's see. I'm getting in the docs here.
Were people like trying to shoot it down, like civilians?
The rednecks seems to start going over the Midwest.
I'm sure there were a few gunshots.
But it's probably just way too high for them to even get close.
They're like, we're interviewing Billy Bob
too high.
It was drifting. So they said it was drifting over the United States at an altitude of 60,000 feet. The following day, Chinese officials acknowledged that the balloon was theirs, but denied it was intended for spying or meant to enter the U.S. airspace. Anyways, but here's the thing. So U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said the balloon's incursion led him to cancel his trip to Beijing. And so I don't know. This is just this is a total psyop.
It was an incursion. It was an incursion to the ramparts. Cut off all diplomatic action.
Yeah, it was shot down off the coast of South Carolina at approximately 2:39 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday afternoon. But they don't say what altitude. I guess I'd have to look a little bit more into that. But anyways, yeah, I think this is just a huge shift to just war propaganda towards China. All the while, I think we just opened up 5 the current Secretary of Defense was over in the Philippines, and now for the first time since 1992, we're going to have major bases over there, naval bases, which are about 200 miles or 300 miles, like definitely within missile range of Taiwan.
Yeah, didn't it like 3 new bases in the Philippines? Like they're like there's not enough military. I'm sure the Filipinos were thrilled, right? Yeah. Like literally, like hide your daughters. I mean,
right?
Jesus.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So that's going on. Seems like things are getting a little spicy in North Korea. So they're, beating the drums over there and on the Korean Peninsula. They're talking about Japan and bases in Japan and upgrading the whole Pacific Fleet. It's just war propaganda. This is just to get people to buy in that there's a legitimate China threat. Like all these China hawks, like that Fed boy, that fucking operative Jack Prosobic, or Prosobic.
Yeah, why is everyone turning on Jack all of a sudden? A lot of people liked him and were kind of put up with him, and then all of a sudden I see this.
He's cringe.
It's the fine libertarian tradition of posting who you block and who blocked you.
Well,
I just noticed that lately.
Well, he just went straight neocon, man. Like as soon as that balloon, he's like, "What are these planes sitting on the ground? Let's go! It's time for war!" Yeah, he went.
It's time to declare war on the balloons.
Yeah,
war on all inflatables.
Yeah, he went.
We're going after pull inflatables.
Yeah, and he was
going down the Colorado River,
right? And I think
he was like a military strike on like the hot, the hot air balloons.
Yeah, right. They have that like festival. There's like 1,000 of them in the air.
Yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah, so
the F-16s just come flying in and just blow them all.
It's like fucking Apocalypse Now. Like, cue the music.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Love
like
the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah, Flight of the Valkyries in the background.
I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, right?
Man.
We're seeing news stories about it. Right? You would think as soon as they detected it, they'd be like, "Oh, that's not coming in."
And then the whole time, and then I don't know if we have any clips of some of these press conferences that I stumbled across over the weekend, and they're interviewing the brass and all these high-ranking generals and Air Force generals at the Pentagon. They're like, well, we don't know much, but we do know this. And they're asking them their questions. They're like, that's all we got right now. It's like, that's all you fucking got. Like, no, it's just, to Kyle's point that they let it on so long.
Who noticed it to begin with, right? I'm sure they wouldn't have done anything until they were embarrassed, and everyone's like making memes about how they can't shoot down a stupid balloon, right? Like suddenly they're like, all right, I guess we'll have to, spend some of that ammo.
All these amateur astronomers like just looking up to the sky. They're like, the fuck is that? And all these memes just appear. And then the Pentagon's like, oh, I guess we got to address this situation here.
Well, that's basically what the Pentagon does is they analyze the incoming memes and then they like fire whatever weapons are required as a response.
But it's kind of funny to think about, like, a balloon enters U.S. airspace. How long does it take the U.S. government to figure out how to respond? And it takes it till like from California to like South Carolina or something like that.
It sounds.
I don't know where it actually started, but
on the SATs.
How long does it take you to get something done?
Yeah, but they blew up Flight 93 over Pennsylvania real quick. They shot that down real quick.
Well, see, that was a threat to them somehow. I think that was probably headed for like the White House or something. Like, no, we're not letting that one hit.
Brandon, that's a good one. Man, these psyops are really ballooning out of control. Dad jokes. But yeah, it just seems, oh gosh, it's so sus, but people were buying into it. I mean, talk radio was all, everybody had weigh in on the balloon. What do we do? What military action? What should we choose? It's just...
Well, and what about the whole concept of airspace? Like, does the federal government just own like as far as you can see through the galaxy, like over the country? Like, how high up does their claim go? Right.
Well, that's why you have the Space Force.
Like saying it is.
Yeah,
Space Force extends that out like a few light years, right?
We might be on to something. Instead of seasteading, maybe we should go like balloon steading or something.
Yeah, what if we just live in the air?
Yeah, how high up?
At like 10,000 feet or something,
right?
I think Ernie Hancock has made this point. I think he said like freedom is only like 62 miles away.
Just straight up in the air.
Can we get past the firmament though to freedom?
Wait, can we just live on the firmament? On the firmament? Yeah. Like, you know how like cliffhangers, like people will like hang off the side of cliffs with their like sleeping bag and shit. Like, can we just do that on the edge of the firmament? Is that physically possible?
Does it have an edge? How does the firmament work?
I don't know.
I don't even know what it looks like. Is it a shell? I don't know.
But oh geez,
on manna, I don't know what's up there to eat.
Yeah, manna.
Oh man, oh god, this is so dumb.
Anyway.
Who would have thought? And like, there was a lot of good balloon shtick. I'm usually the internet can beat something to death real quick, but
I think we're all pretty glad to see that stop though.
Yes, it ended when it should have. But most of the that picture of like those two rednecks throwing beer bottles at from a drone's capturing it.
Yeah,
and there's people like, what the president of China sees when he opens up the film. But like just memes like that. They were just funny as shit. Like, I just had to share. It was great. And then there was another one that my uncle sent me. It was a picture of the White House lawn with Hunter Biden standing naked there and said, "Send hookers and blow." just classic. I don't know. It was fun, but I'm glad it's over. The internet didn't beat a dead horse.
Yeah, Thomas Massey had a pretty good tweet. He was like,
"Well, a good weekend run." Oh yeah, this dude. Yeah,
Massey had a good tweet. He said, "If Biden finally decides to shoot this down, this is the only way. The first time he's combat inflation his entire presidency."
Oh, what a great joke!
Yeah,
dude, look at Jared on the no sell. He must have not been paying attention.
Me on
that
the
was
what?
a hard no sell. Everyone at least smiled. You were just like,
oh, sorry.
Frowning.
I somehow started arguing with somebody. So we're getting tagged in like all the Rage Against War stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's just a host of just like cringe, like pseudo libertarian motherfuckers that are responding, and I just got like sucked into a little back and forth with some dude named like Josh O'Donnell or something.
Oh, Josh O'Donnell. Oh, he's all right. God damn it.
How could you possibly again? I mean, so the Faketarians are now pro-war, I guess. They're pro-Putin. What's going on?
Well, no, this guy says he is
Justin's not. Justin is pissed off that there's a few pro-Putin allegedly speakers. I wouldn't even say allegedly. They come out. They've already said it. They've already straight up said we're pro-Putin. And I think half of it's just to troll the people that are hating them. But you know what? Scott Ritter fucking sucks. He shouldn't be speaking at this fucking rally. He's a pedophile. He's admitted to fucking jerking off to a girl that he thought was 16. And yet, for some reason, he's pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes in the anti-war community to make it sound like it was a CIA op. And he's been set up this whole time, guys, even though I've done it twice, 3 times, and I admitted to it, and I got sentenced and charged. Cool, you blew the whistle.
I mean, were there any real charges he was convicted of?
Huh? Let's go in the docks.
Was he actually convicted of anything? I don't think so.
I don't want to misspeak and misrepresent it, but I'm just saying Scott Ritter straight up said, I am not pro. He said, I'm not anti-war. And he talked in a tweet where he said he wanted to shoot the Ukrainians like rabid dogs or whatever.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Why is he still here?
Well, he doesn't sound very. He definitely doesn't sound very credible.
Hey guys, stick to the After Hours podcast, and you
guys stick around the After Hours
details about why he said that and why he's still on the fucking on the list.
Evidently, he's not the only speaker to come under fire for these types of accusations.
What, pedophilia or
snow shoveling?
Yes, there was a snow, but hey, that snow shoveling got dropped in court. So.
Hey, yeah,
just saying.
You know what? That's a very good driveway to shovel.
Here's the docks. There's the docs. We could maybe say that for the After Hours and get really into it. So if you want to listen to the After Hours,
I just want to make my stance. I hate Scott Ritter. He's a fucking asshole, and he shouldn't be speaking on this. And that's all I gotta say.
Well, maybe we could balance it out by bringing in some people from the Azov battalion to give their side of things.
Well, it sounds like they're representing the Azov.
You know, I think the Libertarian Party of Pennsylvania has some connections with perhaps Augustus Invictus could make a call and get us in touch with some Azov heroes.
Dude, I cannot engage with these fucking losers anymore. But I came across him in a Twitter, and it's the same typical fucking losers. And he tweeted something, and I said, "Did it?" Like I wanted to, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the high road here. But I'm like, Bab has the receipts. Remember when you invited a certain someone to the PA convention? Tell us how that went. It's like these fucking.
I didn't do that. No, I've already been down that road. He's gonna. I didn't do that.
I don't engage with him anymore.
It wasn't an official LP event. How dare you?
Yeah. And when I lied about it being a bomb scare, I just it wasn't an official Libertarian Party bomb scare. It was only at the same hotel with the Libertarian Party convention, and I advertised it to all the LP members.
But for real though, this is our first coalition go around with the left, and Scott Ritter was invited by the People's Party, and. And a lot of these speakers they were brought in by the People's Party. And I'm not trying to put blame on them. And there's mistakes happen. And
well, when you're working with the left, you need to specify no pedophiles.
The silver lining, right? The silver lining in all of this is that we're against nuclear holocaust, and that's what this conflict is. that's a falling into its logical conclusion. That's what we could be in store for. So I want everyone to understand that's what we're against. That's why PRL signed up for this. That's why we're gonna be there, and we're gonna just go hard on that fact that this is not a pro-Putin rally. We won't let it. We'll do our best to not let these speakers be pro-Putin anything. This is about anti-war. This is about anti-nuclear annihilation. That's what this is about. That's why I'll be there, and I'll stand with anybody who's against nuclear war. Sorry, I will, and I don't care everything
war
else
in general.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's
I mean, I'm against the proxy war. I'm against the Putin war. I'm against all the wars.
Yes,
it doesn't matter who's waging them.
What if you are for
Star
nuclear
Wars
holocaust?
Well, then you'd be some narcissistic, I don't know.
Wait, what was the question, Wax?
Trotsky,
what if you are for nuclear holocaust? Where do you go?
To the
hell,
World
hopefully.
Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Sorry, you already missed it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's unfortunate. And then we had some other people start popping off saying, because they were getting trolled or whatever, so they decided to troll back and say, we're pro-Putin, and I'm glad I stand with Putin, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, it's just unnecessary, and it's just making everything harder for us. We're trying to put together.
I mean, the best thing to do is to ignore them, but I did not take that route. So I just started arguing back and forth with.
Justin O'Donnell is a good dude. Justin O'Donnell is a good dude, and I like him. I've hung out with him. I said he's a great guy, but he took a hard grandstanding stance against this rally because of that. When we've explained it pretty much as thoroughly as we can, that we're between a rock and a hard place. If we don't talk, look,
I'm being civil. I'm not just posting the retard meme that Alex does all the time.
Oh, that's what I do.
I said it sounds like you're touting the Democratic Party line when you say this is like a pro-Putin rally. Which am I wrong? Is that not the Democratic Party line?
Yeah.
And then he says like, well, I'm like a principled anti-war, but I oppose this. And I'm like, okay, well, when is your rally?
Right.
Yeah, good answer, right?
Yeah, like if you're
like
organizing another rally and you're keeping it pure of like whatever pro-Putin people you don't like, then maybe I'll attend that too.
And it was
we'll throw some money. We'll throw some money your way if that's the case. I mean, we have Ron Paul, we have Tulsi Gabbard, we have Jill Stein, we have
Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore.
Why is Jill Stein? Why is Jill Stein coming?
Wait, is Jill Stein coming? Yes, oh yeah, I did see that.
I mean, I guess
just because she's like the last famous green person, isn't she been like
the
on
Green
the
Party
sidelines for years?
The Green Party endorsed the rally.
But is that all you have to do to get a speaker on stage? Like,
no. And so there's a lot of great speakers that are going to be there, and I think that
speaking of Ron Paul, now when was that announced? Because remember we talked about that before. There was a lot of naysayers that said, "Oh, he won't do it. He doesn't. He can't afford that."
Okay, you can say my name. Damn it! He was old. I don't think he wants to be speaking in the streets of DC. In the fucking freezing cold. I'm sorry, man.
I'm such a Debbie Downer. Sometimes you're such a Debbie Downer.
No, I'm a realist.
I thought it was a money issue. I thought it was like a money issue.
No, this is free. We're not paying any speakers. We're only helping out a handful of speakers and their travel expenses, and that's it. 95+% are all doing this for free, no charge. That's how we got Tulsi. Tulsi's coming no charge because of the list of speakers that were before her. Maybe we might get Thomas Massey. Maybe we might. I don't know. Who knows?
It does seem like it sort of started like snowballing into
exactly.
But why is Tulsi coming? She's not anti-war.
I know that's what all the people from New Hampshire
because she's
personally invaded Iraq. She personally invaded Iraq.
Jesus Christ!
So did Alex.
Damn, I love you. I love you.
No. I was.
I'm just kidding, Alex.
I was in the rear with the gear, boys. I was.
Sounds like my sex life.
Isn't she still on active or some kind of
reserve?
Duty,
I think she's reserved.
Yeah, but she straight campaigned for that fucking psychopath who was running in New Hampshire, who was just like, "We need to go to nuclear war. That's the only way to solve this." Like, That loser, I forget who that was, but she
Baldock, something Baldock, the senator up there, Republican. I think it's just part of Tulsi's grift to try to, get a little
she's
Republican.
Gonna run for president.
I don't know.
This is what this is kind of leading to.
Yeah,
but, like Judge Knapp is going to be there. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm pissed off that a few of these speakers decided to say what they said and to like, especially like Scott Ritter, like fuck him. Bring some fruit, some from rotten fruit we can throw at him, whatever we can do. That's cool. But you know what? It just sucks. It sucks that we're put between this rock and this hard place with this, and he'll be there, unfortunately. But let's not let that ruin the message.
But there's so many movement.
This is the biggest. This is the biggest rally, anti-war rally in how many years?
Huh? There's just so many speakers. I don't even get it. But it's
several
hours. It would have been better to have like a hardcore lineup of you could do days of hardcore anti-war presenters, right? And but it's Jill Stein. She doesn't bring any. How many people is Jill Stein going to bring out to this rally? Zero.
She might bring some milkshake to the some boys to the yard with a milkshake.
You don't know. And then, and the thing with Scott Ritter, you don't need a Scott Ritter there, right? Why introduce that element, right? It's just not necessary.
Check out, listen to the After Hours podcast where I'll explain why he's still speaking at this fucking rally. Right.
But
Check it out.
Tulsi,
Tulsi,
come on.
Speaking of which, all right, you guys see the ticker at the bottom of our screen. If you're listening, it might be too late unless Jared gets this up. But we need money. We need money fast. We have a goal that we have to meet. I think we're about $8,000 to $9,000 short. Any bit helps. If you want to send us anything, go to rageagainstwar.com. Please send us some money. If you're against nuclear holocaust.
Yeah, if you're against it. If we don't hit our goal, we are going to launch the nukes ourselves. Okay.
At least we tried.
Jared has some connections in Israel, so he might.
This is actually ransom. This is actually ransom. We are going to launch the
PRL ransom. That's what we wanted you to think.
But seriously.
But for real, donate whatever you can, and then whatever you have left over, maybe go to our Patreon. You know what I mean, and sign up for the Punk Rock Libertarians, and you can hear why Scott Ritter's still in the fucking lineup. But anyway. I digress. I'll take Alex.
We're also bringing. Oh, Jordan Page is coming too. Jordan Page Page is coming.
All right, I got to piss. I'll be right back.
All right. Smooth segue.
Enough grandstanding.
He said his piece. Now he's
smooth segue. Yeah, we'll get into it more in the after hours, but I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be fun hanging out. We're going to be slinging some t-shirts down there, and got some books we're gonna give out, and it'll be good.
We're gonna have a blast. And if some kind of weird person's on stage and you don't want to be rude or have to listen to them, just come hang out at our table, right?
Yeah.
We'll all be making jokes the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do
what's the legality of having? What's the legality of having beer there?
Let's find out.
Oh man!
If you have to ask permission, you deserve to be told no.
That's fair.
We'll just say no. It's not beer. It's our lemonade stand. Capitol Police.
I'm not saying we're gonna sell it. We're gonna be giving it away in return for gifts.
Well, Adam Kokesh confirmed you can't dance there. You're not allowed to dance, right?
Well, that was at the Jefferson, right? Aren't we at the?
What's the dance? Does anybody know dance policy at Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah. What's the dance policy? What's the dress code?
I need to know the alcohol policy and the dance policy.
Damn it, Babs! I'm as pissed all over my toilet seat hearing. Let's find out. Fuck around and find out. All right.
Oh man.
That should be
we're gonna have a blast at the Punk Rock Libertarian booth. Okay, This is gonna be you're gonna come out because it's a good cause and make a ruckus and everything, but we're gonna have a good time. Are we gonna do the Punk Rock Libertarian bread line where we try to reach out to our friends on the left with something that they can relate to?
Rye bread.
I floated that idea out there amongst individuals and please don't.
I'll consider that an endorsement, right?
Yeah, don't tell Babs not to do something.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So there will be a bread line at.
Okay.
We are also going to have some limited special edition PRL T-shirts available for sale.
Nice.
Exclusive. So come check out the the tent table, whatever setup we got going on.
Kyle, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be, Kyle? February 19th.
I hope to get down there for it. You know, I think the joint sponsorship with the People's Party is both a good and bad idea at the same time. You know, obviously we have so many differences and things are so heated right now. So it's like, hopefully everybody kind of gets along.
But no, it's good because we just like we have differences, but we happen to be right. Okay. Yeah. So odds are like some of them are going to figure it out just by hanging around with us.
It'll be like the headline will be like anti-war rally breaks out into violence. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, dude, they're putting up the fence. They're putting up the fence around the Capitol building.
But I think that's because of the State of the Union address.
I don't want to believe. I don't want to believe.
That's just. I think ever since January 6th, that's just.
They heard about the PRL bread line, and they're like, "We got to put up the fence."
They're like PRL.
Well, no, you know what? No. This is bullshit because a lot of these fucking lefties who have been telling us for the longest time, you need to reach out to the left, not just the right. Blah blah blah. We do that, and now they're like, oh well, now it's just a pro-Putin rally. We heaven forbid we show up to that. They're fucking hypocrites.
See, but this gives them the perfect excuse to remain on the sideline.
Exactly.
Like, okay, stay on the sideline.
What we did. It doesn't matter if Scott Ritter wasn't there, Dan McAdams. It doesn't matter. They still would have a reason to be like, oh, this is terrible. We can't support this in any way because the Mises Caucus and blah, 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 Michael Heiss and blah, blah, blah. Like that's just all they do. So those type of people can fuck right the hell off. I have nothing to do with you. Like eat a whole bag of dicks, and that's not a homophobic term. I still claim that is not a homophobic term. You can eat eat a bag of vaginas. There we go.
Or non-binary bags of whatevers. I don't know.
Yeah. Eat a bag of
bags of non-binary whatever.
I'm just saying. And you know what? We're doing our best, and it sucks that we got straddled for this and we got put in this position. We're going to battle through it. We're going to go out there and we're going to make this the best damn rally that we can. But we need your guys' help. So anything is $5, $10, anything helps. Let's just get this done next few days. By if you're listening to this, if Jared can post this up, we have until I think Thursday to get all this money in. And we really need your help.
Ron Paul, guys, Ron Paul's going to be there.
Ron Paul.
Okay.
And if you're in a 4-hour radius, we can get you free ride. We can get you a free ride. You're in 4-hour radius to DC, pretty much. We can get you a free ride. Talk to somebody. We got buses coming up from North Carolina. We got buses coming all the way down from fucking.
We got an underground railroad, baby.
Yes, we have an underground railroad and above ground railroad, and
all the railroads. Will we be going into the Capitol building?
All right, we're gonna come down there. Come down there.
We're gonna be storming the Lincoln. We're gonna be storming the Lincoln Memorial and taking
Kyle
it back
over here.
We sit on the knee.
Yeah, you could be sitting on Lincoln's lap.
You'll get
photo op.
Well, he got that bundle of sticks. He's got his arms holding on to. Like,
right, yeah. I'm not gonna say what it's called, but
it's a fascist bullshit thing. That's their little dumb little flag that Italy had.
What's another name? What's another name for a bundle of sticks?
I believe it's a fag. I don't know. I don't know the pronunciation of it.
Fargo.
Fargo. There you go.
Yeah.
That's something I am not going to get clips saying on this show.
Don't, dude. You know how many things I get clipped for? We're done. We're canceled.
We're done.
All right. You'll hear my name on The View, not James.
You're next.
Yeah, I'm next.
Whoopi's got your number.
Dude, someone made a meme.
I did. My heart just swelled with pride when I saw the balloon meme with Whoopi. Like another balloon was spotted, and it's Whoopi in her giant white outfit.
It's great, fat shaming her. That's great.
Now we don't shame Whoopi just because she's ugly and hideous. Like that would be
fat.
That would be inappropriate.
She's just a fascist.
It sucks. It's like I loved her in Star Trek, and it just got ruined.
No, she was terrible in Star Trek too.
No, she wasn't.
No.
Yeah, she was.
No,
she was terrible.
Oh come on, really? I'm not gonna get ganged up.
Sorry.
Kyle, you're gonna gang up on. You're gonna.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I thought she was fine.
Thank you.
I didn't have anything against Whoopi at that time.
And now for the Star Trek segment of PRL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry, we do this all the time. We're breaking the Star Trek segment. Sorry.
Look, this is why we need to have spin-off shows for all this shit. We need to have a spin-off show for sports. And now we need one for Star Trek, apparently.
Video games.
She wasn't as bad as Marina Sirtis, though.
Yeah. Well, I liked her too.
Man,
I liked the whole cast. Otto, weren't you late to the party on that? Didn't you just watch Star Trek Next Generation like this year?
That was me. I just started watching Next Generation. I loved it. I loved everything about it. There was not anything except for Wesley Crutch. He sucks. Oh god,
he does suck. And
what about
he got worse as
he
got older? Like in real life. In real life, he's an asshole.
I wish he would have died in that flight.
Like he got larger and fatter and more annoying. Like, how do you like?
Hey,
it's tough being a child actor, right? Don't a lot of them like get into like prostitution and cocaine and like, right? Harvey Weinstein episodes, stuff like.
Oh man,
he just I don't know. Although there was one good episode with him when they kill somebody on the training mission when he's in college.
Yeah, because they're doing stunts.
That was a great episode. All about ethics and honesty and truth. I mean, that was a really.
But
good
I kind of wish
episode.
he died during that flight.
Oh, in the accident.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before. I wish he would have died in that because he's so fucking
right.
annoying.
And that one actor later made his return in, like the bad kid from that episode, later became Paris, Lieutenant Paris in Voyager.
See, I didn't get to see all of Voyager.
All right, this is getting
Deep Space Nine is where I saw first few episodes of Deep
Let's
Space
watch
Nine.
this video of Kamala.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Talk about aliens. Jesus Christ!
Which brings me to May 30th, 2020. Bob and Doug returned to the Kennedy Space Center. They suited up. They waved to their families. And they rode an elevator up nearly 20 stories. They strapped in to their seats and
how
waited
high is she?
As the tanks beneath them filled with tens of thousands of gallons of fuel.
She sounds like she's like talking to a kindergarten class.
Right.
I think she thinks this is she probably thinks this is a drag show.
And
for
then
kids.
they launched.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
Which brings me.
She's baked.
Damn.
She's
fucking
high.
I love Venn diagrams.
What kind of like we need to get like a pharmacological expert in here to tell us like do an evaluation of what drug she's on there.
What?
Like, I don't think weed would do that to her
when they're trying to be a politician, like it on overdrive, like on overkill. Tell me she does not sound so fake. Tell me she's not the fakest human being you've ever seen.
I think we talked about it. We talked about it a while ago. But do you guys remember it was Malice who lost a bet and had to read her pre-presidential run book? So all those you go to the grocery store, you go everywhere, all the Targets, wherever you go, they got all like whoever's running for president in their book that comes out months or two. And apparently there's a critic that reads all these presidential books, and hers was rated the worst. And so Malice was talking about it on his podcast, and I guess someone bet him like, he's just like, all right, $1,200 and I'll read it. And like $1,200 showed up in his PayPal the next day, and he's like, fuck. And he had to read that entire book on air. And I remember him, and I remember him reading the first chapter, and it's the first couple sentences, and it's like, my God, who could sit through this and read this, and just the fake, like she's so fucking fake. It's pathetic, but I digress.
I mean, they're all fake, but
she
does the worst job. She does the worst job of selling it. That's the problem.
Exactly.
I think you're right. I'm going to say that she's so fake. I'm going to call her almost presidential. Okay. Like I think she's the one. I'm going to go all in for Queen Kamala, evil empress of the US. Like, I don't really see how we can, where's this series going to go if we don't like take it to something like that?
Well, how about her and maybe your senator there, Babs, your state senator. Here's it's down there at the bottom there, Jared. It's Babs's U.S. senator. He was
a senator.
Yeah, he was giving a speech. I think this guy could be in the running for 2024, at least a VP role. I mean,
this one.
Yeah. Oh, here's old what's his face, Carhartt himself.
Maybe he should be the running mate for Kamala.
Yeah. drinking water summit
We
speech.
should all support replacing the lead pipes and ensuring that everyone has clean, safe, clean drinking water. And we
He definitely
Why
looks
does he look
like
so
he
skinny?
understands lead poisoning.
What happened? It looks like he's been drinking the water from Flint.
Drinking
Like,
work.
what's with him?
What?
Why is he so skinny all of a sudden?
Right?
Yeah.
What do you have? Multiple
Where's his
strokes or
hoodie?
something?
Where's his hoodie, right? He's actually wearing a tie.
Yeah,
He's
wearing
like
a
that
suit that's
he's
too
like
big
that
for him.
ant. He's like that ant that gets taken over by that fungus that just controls him what to do. And the Democratic Party is like the fungus, so they're like, yeah, just say this. Just go ahead, go say this.
That guy's there to help.
The
him
problem
read.
is that control mechanism goes through the teleprompter. That's still their weak link until they get their mind link, or control. Right? They still have to try. They still their figurehead still has to be able to read the words. Okay, and it's obviously a continual problem.
The guy in the
Is he not kind of like Lurch?
yeah,
You know?
100%.
Lurch looks better though, I think. You know.
Now,
Holy shit,
where
it's
was
uncanny.
his? Now, where was what actor is that?
I don't
And
know.
what name the Star Trek
Let's see.
episode he appeared in?
Oh yes, you're right. I did hear this, but I don't remember. But I do remember hearing about this.
What
Lurch
are
was
little girls made of?
portrayed by actor John DeSantis.
Whoa, Ron DeSantis' dad.
Yeah, Zachary James recently performed, but I think this one is in the new Addams Family series.
Oh, new Addams.
Okay, no, here we go. In the original television series, Lurch was played by Ted Cassidy. Is that who is Ted Cassidy? Did I get it, Babs?
I don't know. Let's find out. I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay.
Theodore Crawford Cassidy, American actor noted for being 6'9", unusual facial features and
Nice.
deep voice, which were due to acromegaly. I don't know how to pronounce this. Acromegaly. Acromegaly. I'm sure I mangled it. I guess it's a condition.
So, well, it's funny. Also, another connection is the sister show of the Addams Family is the Munsters, and so Herman Munster. You guys remember him?
Yeah.
Herman Munster.
Vaguely.
You know what else he played in, right? He was the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
And also he is from Tawnytown, Maryland.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, connections.
Is that
all
where he
around.
said like Utes? Utes?
Yeah, Utes.
What is a Ute?
What's a Ute? That's the greatest fucking movie, man. I love that movie.
Dude, speaking of
God. What's a grit? Anywho, but sorry, that was just random. Me making connections to my local state. Anyway,
yeah, that's I think that the guy reading over Babs' senator is his other esteemed senator, and you could see looking
is
over
that
him.
his handler?
Yeah, well, no, that's Babs' other U.S. senator. But you could tell he was like looking at him, like, just don't fuck this up, like, don't fuck up.
Like we'll
Also,
beat
is that,
you
like-
again. You know.
Yeah.
Hold on, is this device like?
He wants his
this
baby
a-
roof.
Is this device like a soundstage thing, or
No,
is this
that's
like a
your-
COVID
No, that's
thing?
that's the teleprompter.
That's the
Your
teleprompter.
image is reflected off of that.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of
So the camera looks straight at the drone reading it, but they can
Right.
look, and so it appears like they're looking at the camera as they take their instructions from the military-industrial complex.
and then they say work instead of water.
Yo,
It fucks it-
Feder-
the whole thing gets fucked up.
Fetterman and Kamala 2024. Let's fucking go. Like,
Why not?
let's do it. Why not?
I mean, how
Who's
much?
the top of the ticket? Queen Kamala, right? Like,
Yeah.
Well, of course.
because I just don't know if this guy's like mentally damaged, but I don't know if he's really evil enough to really, like handle the role of president.
No, he's just an idiot.
Right. I think you need to.
I want to
be more
attribute
than
to
that,
malice
but
what
you really need to
contribute
be
his
more than
idiocy.
that. I think to be the figurehead.
Yeah. Kamala could do that for sure.
How about there were some outfits from the Grammys, weren't there? That kind of remind me of maybe like, what if we had the people that do those Grammys outfits work on Kamala's team for the campaign? Okay, just what do you think? Do we have images of
what are you guys
some of those
laughing at?
costumes from the Grammys?
I can't get this one out of you sent. It's not loading for me.
Oh, which one? Oh, all right. So, guys, I love the band Turnstile. It's one of my favorites. I got all their like early records like right next to me. They're one of my fucking favorites. Like I'm telling you, listening to their first few albums was like a religious experience. It like the music goes through you. It's just for me, I can't help but like move and get down with it. Turnstile was one of my favorite bands, but they have gotten so fucking weird for the sake of being weird. And so they were at the Grammys. They were up for 3 Grammys. Turnstile from Baltimore. This band that I went and saw at their parents' house in Montgomery County, and so they were at the Grammys, and oh, dude, what they were wearing was so tragic. And they're getting crushed in the community. I'm trying to find my link I sent.
Oh damn!
I like how you.
In the meantime,
tragic.
In the meantime,
it's so tragic. All right, here we go. I'll share it to my screen.
I'm all in favor of Forest Mommy. I think she should be the Mises Caucus spokesperson.
She should.
Forest Mommy for Caucus speaker.
Is she coming? Is she coming to the?
I don't know.
To the rally?
We'll see. Maybe, I don't know.
So this is it here. This is what Turnstile wore.
Oh, are they getting?
Let me get it up.
That's hey.
Plant-Based says get Fetterman to speak at Rage Against War.
Right?
Feel like sorry to stutter.
What the fuck? What?
Wait, hold on.
Oh no, that was it. What the fuck?
Are you guys seeing it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just look at them. Like this is how tragic.
What?
No wonder Brady
is the dude on the left gay.
No, but this is what they're wearing now. Like this is, and it sucks because so the lead singer is all in the right.
They got man. They suck dick. They like sold their souls.
I mean, the guy all the way on the right looks like something I might have worn as a kid in the '90s without the boots.
In the socks, you see the see-through socks. Like it's creepy.
Yeah, that's weird.
So he was the drummer of the band.
At least the black guy still has some style.
He's wearing the fucking Louis Vuitton.
Look at he's wearing a purse, bro. He's wearing a purse.
He's carrying a purse.
He's got an awesome Bad Brain shirt on. He's wearing an awesome Bad Brain shirt. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
but
that's what they
like.
The
He's
drummer,
got a Christmas sweater on too.
I'm sorry. So the lead singer was the drummer of the band Trapped Under Ice, who I saw the other night, last weekend at in Baltimore. So he wasn't there, and I was like, damn, I thought for sure he'd be there because I remember talking to Justice, the lead singer Trapped Under Ice, and he was like, man, I don't think I'll ever do a reunion. He's like, all those guys are just so busy doing other stuff. Like, I don't think I'll ever have a reunion with Trapped Under Ice. And then like a few months later, they're having it. So it's pretty cool. But it just, I don't know what, I just don't get it. I don't get what Turnstile is now. They got weird for the sake of being weird. I think, I mean, their first few albums were just fucking incredible. And I don't know what happened. I give them props, man. They didn't win any Grammys last night. And there was a weird link on, it was a headline on WJZ saying like local Baltimore hardcore band didn't win any Grammys. And I was like, what? Like, that is the weirdest headline I've ever seen. Like, I never thought I would see that in a billion years.
Dude, I don't know. They sold out. Or maybe not sold out, but it's just a complete 180.
They were in a Taco Bell commercial, man.
It doesn't seem genuine anymore. It seems like, yeah.
It just seems weird. I hate people who be weird for the sake of being weird.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't listened to any of their new stuff because it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just.
Otto, do you still listen to the music?
No idea who you're talking about. I have not the slightest clue.
But the Grammys are insane. Like, there was some other bullshit. Kyle, you saw that clip earlier when we were before we came on. Like,
yeah, I saw a headline about it where they were saying there was a satanic. I guess a lot of conservative sites picked up on it and said that it was like a satanic worship tribute. So I don't know.
I mean, we got the docs in there. That was the first. The top link there, Jared, is Yeah, that's the thing. These artists, these musicians, I don't even know who the fuck they are anymore. You know, it's like, who are these people? Like, just like Babs says, like, yeah, but even Babs was like, I don't even know who you're talking about. But that's the thing, like, who knows like what music is anymore, you know? And you hear like, who the fuck watches the Grammys anymore? I don't know.
Oh, people watch it.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching.
What was the conversation at the water cooler at work today, Kyle, amongst the normies?
It wasn't at work. I was watching I was eating lunch and like Wendy Williams or one of those people was on saying like, "Oh, I watched the Grammys last night. It was so great." So I mean, you know, not a real person saying that, but somebody on TV watched it.
Well, no, I got some normie friends that were watching it, and I was like, "Why
was Zelensky properly honored at this event?"
No, but
yeah. Was there a Ukraine flag anywhere?
No, but I got to find the docs. Joe Biden came out.
Are there any Asoff patches anywhere?
But yeah, play that clip, Jared. Like, that was like, I don't know, man. I just think this is a little fucking weird. Like, it's a little demonic, little kind of ritualistic, very kind of like Kubrick, like Eyes Wide Shut, like Illuminati fucking, I don't know.
I love Eyes Wide Shut.
Dude, but look at this shit.
I was creepy as fuck, man.
Right?
I couldn't jerk off to that at all.
Yeah.
And then look at this commercial, like devil dresses, like surrounded by in a cage, surrounded like you're trapped. Red, everything's red. All the studio lighting red.
See, now imagine this.
Brought to you by.
Did that?
Did you catch that? That was real quick. Run it back. Run it back here, Jared. Yeah.
What was that? Right in the middle, like they just drop.
It was as they were going behind
it. What's
sponsored by Pfizer? Right. It's like
the devil.
There's flames. There's flames.
It's literally the devil.
I don't know, dude. Like
that's hardcore
space zombies.
I mean,
I think you're reading too much into it. I think it was just a.
I think it's kind of cool.
It was a fiery, hell-themed performance, right?
Now, picture those people teamed up with the Kamala Harris presidential campaign, and this is where I want to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, look at that production value that we could have.
The costumes, the sheer horror of it all,
and Federer,
and then people will immediately fall in line and have to obey.
Right. Oh, geez. And then what else was going on at the Grammys? Joe Biden was giving out. She gave out an award for some Iranian singer. I'd have to find the tweet, but they paraded her out. So that also kind of like seemed like a little, like a propaganda. It's like some propaganda or a psyop that, you know, hey, don't forget about that evil Iran. You know, don't forget about them. They're persecuting women. Like, did you hear about that, Kyle? Or
no? Who hosted the Grammys?
Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Pfizer.
Pfizer
president.
The devil. Chat GPT.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't.
If
Trevor
I
Noah,
was like the Israel like warmongering camp right now, like I'd really be feeling sort of like my feelings were hurt with all this attention on the Ukraine warmongering and now China warmongering, and it's like, but what about Iran? Remember when we all hated Iran? And then it's like, oh, come on, we're moved on to World War III now. Like, like, but.
Yeah,
it was Trevor Noah.
Oh God, that guy.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, whatever happened to the tears for what was that little like anarchist, like anarcho-communist group out in the little area of like where the fuck was it? Somewhere in the Middle East. You guys remember what I'm talking about? Like the Kurds or whatever.
Oh,
like Kurdistan,
northern Iraq, or
yeah. Remember when they were mad because Trump pulled out the troops in that area, so then they let like Iran like attack them or something, and it's like,
no, it was Turkey. It was Turkey was going to move in, yeah,
right.
And dude, fucking anti-flag. They were fucking saying we can't pull the troops out. You can't leave the women fighters of the Kurdish nation. You know, the commie Kurds. Like, what the fuck?
Is that any different than what these
from anti-flag says you got to leave the flag now?
Yeah.
Right.
So
there's a clip, Jared, from the Grammys. She wears the worst fucking outfits. I mean, who the fuck's her stylist? First off, but this is the Grammy Awards. This is the the first lady coming out, and yeah, total.
This is Bab's first lady,
or no, but this is Iran. This is Iran propaganda. This is like, hey, don't forget about Iran.
Ew, it's her.
Look at her
Gross.
outfit. What the fuck?
Disgusting.
And was seen more than 40 million times.
Old lady shouldn't be wearing that shit.
Right?
No.
Shavine was arrested, but this song continues to resonate.
It looks like it's on a set of Stargate.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking love that movie.
Like she's about to get sucked into the wormhole. Would that be cool to just see like?
Oh.
Now,
look at that stadium.
All right. Well, no, so it's okay. We talked. It doesn't matter, but it's an Iranian singer who her song was inspirational because she was arrested for women's rights or whatever. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. It's a total psyop. She's probably is all propped up by the CIA. You know, the whole record label is a facade. Like she's probably Iranian American and she probably recorded all her shit over here and they probably arrested whatever. It's a fucking psyop. But it's again to Babs' point, don't forget about Iran, like, oh, the Middle East. Oh, don't forget about them. You know, they're still part of the axis of evil, you know. Like,
axis of evil.
Oh, come on.
You know,
so that brought me back.
Yeah, it's a throwback. You got to have a throwback every now and then it's just like, oh, a woman fighting for rights in Iran, and to your point, that fucking Stargate shit, dude. That is some deep demonic, dude. That's like some CERN behind them opening up a portal to somewhere else. Like I'm telling you, it's the imagery. It's like the whole Grammys was demonic. I mean, the fact that they put the fucking first lady in that shimmering, what the fuck was she wearing?
The what do they call it? The first lady of the United States?
Flatus. Flatulence. Floatus.
Flautist.
Flounder.
Can you? I mean, just the sheer hypocrisy of somebody like representing the empire saying one word about human rights anywhere in the world, right? Just shut your mouth, okay? Get up there, sell your vaccines, push your wars, but just shut the hell up,
right? Seriously. And then there was oh god. And then I was watching Normie News before we before the pregame. Because I like to watch Normie News just to kind of see
touch the people.
Yeah, I like to know like what are normies being subjected to. So at least I know how to handle them. I know how to like handle the normies in the wild. You know.
So, why you watch the news directly and not just the associated memes?
Well, that too, but I like to just kind of like. I like to get it from the source.
That's like looking right at the eclipse. You can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You've got to wear like the special glasses.
Yeah,
you know? I can't handle it.
I got the special glasses, guys. I could do it.
You got to look at it. You got to look at it in a mirror. You got to set up a mirror and look at it indirectly.
But yeah, but they were showing on CBS News. They closed out with all the Grammy highlights. But there was something else too. Oh, Beyonce won the most, and then you saw like Jay-Z, and you see these people, and it's like, yeah. What was it like selling your soul years ago? And who else? Oh, fucking Lizzo, that fat piece of shit up there touting. You know, it's like she is the worst role model for teenage girls. Like,
no,
yeah,
she's the perfect role model for this time period.
You could be obese and you could do whatever, and you'll get diabetes by the time you're 30 or 40, and you're gonna have an awful, and just be a drain.
And if you died suddenly, well, this is all part of our global depopulation agenda anyway.
Exactly. Sponsored by Pfizer, the Grammys,
and Lizzo.
Yeah, what the fuck was I watching yet? What was I watching the other day that was also sponsored by Pfizer?
Dude, everything. Football, like every commercial. Well, Super Bowl's coming up.
I don't know what I was watching. I don't normally watch normie shit, but yeah, usually it'd be like a football, but I feel like something was on.
Something recently? What could it have been?
Oh, wow.
They have a lot of money for some reason.
Yeah, what are you seeing out? What you right? How is this? They got a lot of advertisement money. Kyle, what are you seeing out in your world these days in normie? Like, do you see the same shit too?
I watch the local Fox News, which is a little bit like we have a Democratic regime here in Baltimore. We have a lot of crime, and the Fox News is the most critical of the government. They are like double paying police officers right
they
now.
are. Yeah,
so
dude.
I don't know that somehow they're able to just put in. What is it? They're literally getting paid twice for the same hours.
So
there's
if
like a
crime
payroll
goes
scandal.
up, cops can get paid double. Is that what I'm hearing?
Or they're understaffed, so a lot of them are just.
So the more crime goes up, the more money they make.
I don't know. It's a timesheet fraud, like or payroll fraud. But anyway, the local Fox station is very critical of the school system, of the police, of the mayor. And
they actually try to expose, but it's also kind of like, yeah, that's probably just the tip of the iceberg of all the corruption in Baltimore City. It's like, but God bless him for at least at least like peeking under a little bit.
They do. I don't watch a lot of national news. I guess I catch a little bit of it just on the internet like everybody else, but I don't like sit down and watch Fox or CNN. I don't know. It's not what I'm into. I watch a little bit of Bloomberg for investment news.
I'm pulling up the story. Jared, I don't know if you have it, but did you see the neo-Nazi leader among two arrested in a plot to attack Baltimore's power grid?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, do you have it easily accessible there, Jared? Because otherwise,
I have it.
Because you sent that over earlier, and I was like, what the fuck? And when I was turning on, did you hear about this, Kyle?
No.
Really? Oh, damn. So apparently it's this woman who's from Baltimore, but working with an accomplice, a Florida man. Plant-based. Where were you? What have you been up to lately, Plant-based?
Not listening to the podcast. That's one.
Yeah, but so apparently working.
I love you.
Here's the story. So we could play the clip, Jared. If we go back, we could just listen to the audio real quick.
Yeah, I can play the clip.
Yeah, but a neo-Nazi. They're pulling this neo-Nazi angle. It's so fucking ridiculous.
I only know like one by name.
Some breaking news now out of Baltimore. The U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland announced moments ago that the FBI has arrested a man and a woman accused of planning to attack the power grid in the Baltimore area. Sarah Clandaniel and Brent.
Dude, there's not much left in the power grid. So good.
Right.
What are you really going? What are you going after?
Yeah. Are you working for Klaus Schwab?
Yeah. No. Do you work for BG&E? I mean,
or who do you work for?
And Russell were taken into custody last week. They have been described by the U.S. Attorney as racially motivated with plans to, quote, destroy this whole city. NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett joins me now. Laura, what can you tell us about this case?
Yeah, Lindsay, it was a disturbing plot that federal authorities appear to have thwarted successfully. As you mentioned, this couple allegedly conspired to shoot up power stations in the Baltimore area.
Yeah.
5 different.
Say the line again.
What was the line again? Go back.
No, the line. We were aware. They were on our radar.
Oh,
they were on our radar.
Oh.
Of course, right.
Power stations, at least according to federal authorities, was their goal. Brandon Russell, someone who is well known within the law enforcement community, an avowed neo-Nazi who had recently only gotten out of prison. He had been previously incarcerated for possessing explosive material. And then this woman, Sarah Clandaniel, someone he apparently met in prison. The couple struck up a relationship. And then through the process of actually speaking to a federal informant, managed to get entangled in this situation. Now, as for their motive, we're still learning a little bit about that. But federal authorities did confirm at that press conference just a short time ago that they were described as racially or ethically motivated.
Ethnically motivated.
Wait, ethically or ethnically?
Ethnically.
But they were motivated by ethics.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an ethical reason to destroy Baltimore, but I don't think they were doing it. Yeah.
Oh man,
but I got some cool story to talk about.
What else does she have to say here? Because wait,
there's still
more programming here.
I still think there's more programming.
Is there more going on here?
That they wanted to wreak havoc. Russell allegedly saying that attacking the power grid is the greatest thing that somebody could do. In his words, the pair will be in court later today on those charges. As you mentioned, they have been arrested. As for the larger context here, we know, of course, that power stations, substations, and attacks on them have been a problem, as authorities have been sort of raising the red alarm about that for the past couple months. We've seen these in other states.
Red alarm?
People shooting power stations, disrupting the grid for tens of thousands of customers. It doesn't appear that anything like that happened here. Authorities were questioned about whether this was part of some larger plot, and it doesn't appear, at least for now, based on what we know, that it was. But certainly, if they had managed to go through with this, it would have been quite disruptive, Lindsay.
I think I know what's going on here. I think what we've seen around the country is rednecks have found out that if you shoot one of those transformers, it makes a big boom. Okay. Now that that's out, okay, there's no way to stop it from happening. No. Okay. Yeah. So, and then,
that's why we have to get rid of the gas stoves, right?
Right. Add an FBI. Just add an FBI agitator that's like, yeah, have you ever shot one of those transformers? Oh, man. You haven't seen any, like, it's, and of course, it's their centralized power system, right? Is weak. It's, it is designed to fail. Like, you shoot one little thing, you can take out like whole neighborhoods for a long period of time by like targeting these power stations, and people have just been shooting at them. They're like, I don't know, they get bored. They're like, what do you want to do? They just go out and start shooting at these things.
Yeah, they already shot down the balloon. What are we supposed to do now?
Right? They're bored.
But, right. So it's just part of the flaw of having a centralized system like the stupid power grid. It's so easy to be interrupted from an ice storm or or just their poor design or fun to shoot at nature.
Right. But I don't know. It just seems like another psyop. Like, the story just seems hokey. And more came out, they were anti-LGBTQ and they were anti-Semitic and white supremacists. Like, it just seemed like there's a lot of narratives in there. You have the power grid's unstable and hate groups are out there, and
that's the craft of a good narrative creator, right? Because like, you can get a lot of different agendas in there. You can get some like, okay, we're going to need more law enforcement agenda. We're going to need more protection against terrorists, and domestic terrorists are the problem we said they were, so we're going to need to do some more clamping down there. And we're going to need we now need to retrofit all of our federal power stations with armor plating, right? Like, literally, that's part of what they're doing to like protect, like,
need more MRAPs.
So like, that's going to be a lot of contracts going out, a lot of grift.
Yep.
Well,
but Otto, what were you going to wrap
speaking of grift? Speaking of grift, we've got to get over to the Patreon.
Yeah, we got a huge grift going on over there.
Yeah,
you sign up for as little as $3, you get to check out our latest podcast where we talk about nothing and you guys pay for it. And there's different levels. Sign up for $10. Just give us $10 a month. We'll give you a shirt, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll give you a shirt.
Might take you a while,
but
you'll get it.
Like 4X size, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. They go up to like 8X, I think.
As I like to call it, my size. And and so go over there.
Let's just say American size.
America.
Yeah. So go over there, sign up for our Patreon. You guys get to hear our after hours podcast, which we're going to record right after this. But now we stream it live, so you guys get to hear it live, and which is pretty fucking cool.
Doing it fucking live.
Hell yeah, man. Bill O'Reilly style. Anyway, so if you guys don't feel comfortable using Patreon, there's other ways to donate the show to still get access. Go over to PRLfans.com and find other ways to donate. And we also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL podcast, you get a 10% discount. If you use the code PRL2, you get a 20% discount off your total order, which I highly recommend but you have to spend $50 or more, which I know you will. And also, please, rageagainstwar.com. Please give us any amount of it. More importantly, throw as many shekels as you can that direction. Every little bit helps, please.
And mention punk rock libertarians when you donate.
Oh hell yeah! You get a little box where you get the right why you
throw us as
donated.
many rubles as you can.
Yes. Tell us, even if it's like $1, go for it.
Hey, can we, like, if people mention punk rock libertarians on that thing, can we like read their names off on the show next time?
Hell yes, absolutely. We'll read everything.
Are you
You
willing
can
to
say
do that?
how awful Kyle is, or say how ugly I am.
Yeah, you can
we'll
you can say anything you want in there. Just include punk rock libertarians, and no matter how cringy it is, or might get our channel taken down, we'll still do it.
This is, or are we talking about on the donation site? Or are we talking about the reviews? Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So awesome, guys. Well, until next time, live free
or die.